Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 212A, it's the Tier 9 Soviet SPG, and we're on the south spawn of Lakeville. And it's under the command of UKSkaface. Well, that happens to be a 212A with a 203mm howitzer, the B4 howitzer. It can carry the 152mm BR2, but on this occasion we got the B4. And the battle has started. Now, the 212 is based on the chassis of the KV-220, so it's quite a tough hull, but it was designed before the Great Patriotic War, as the Soviets called it, started. It was sent to the factory to be produced, but they were so busy producing tanks they couldn't produce any 212s, so the whole thing just got shelved in the end. But UKSkaface has found his firing position. He's now looking for targets up the valley, and this is quite a good position to fire from because you can see both sides of the valley, and there's a 53-ton Polish tank, and he landed the shell right in front of him. Oh! And that is a round from the enemy Arty, the M53, M55. He obviously worked out where UKSkaface was, and that was the GWE-100 also making his presence felt. So they both tried to do a counter battery, and I think that's an inclination for UKSkaface to do the same again. They're both trying to kill him. Enemy Arty rounds coming in behind him now. They obviously don't know he's moved. He's going to look for where they are. As soon as he sees the tracer, he'll plonk the round right on top of one of them. There he is. Round in, and he's moved again. And of course they'll be firing at the old position he was in, and he's moved from there. Oh, don't back up too much, Boris. You'll sorry, yes, Boris. UKSkaface, you'll get hit by the round that's going to your old position. Okay, now he knows that where one of them is, or where one of them was, he might have relocated as well. In fact, both sides are going to have to relocate after every shot from now on. And he fires around at the E-100. It's a good shot, 411 hit points, and just after he moved, a round went in behind him at the very position he had been. You can see there's 3 craters now in the positions where he was located. And he's now looking for the enemy battery at the back of the map. They've encouraged him to go after them. We're loaded. Gonna wait and hold our fire. There's a Yagtai. Oh! There's the tracer from the enemy Arty. Fires around in, and oh, he got him! He got the M53, and they fired at the position where he was last located, and they missed again. So now he's only got the GWE-100 at the other end of the map to deal with. There's the M53. I'm pretty sure that's where the GWE was located. But look, a tree went down. That gives away the position of where the GWE-100 is located. Don't knock down trees or you'll get wiped out. And he's got him! He got him! He got the tree killer! Don't knock down trees or we will knock you down. And looks like it worked there. Look for the clues that tell you where the enemy is. If they knock down a tree, you know where they are and you can kill them. So he's got a counter battery medal. He's taken out both of the enemy Arty. Now he can get rid of that Yag Tiger. Although he's near full health. Do a lot of damage to him. Rounds out. Oh, 173 hit points of splash. You can see one of the Arty rounds landed on the gun matlet and actually punched a hole through it. That must have been from the other Arty on our team, which is a T92 HMC. And you can see a Scorpion G there as well, and that other E100. Now, we're lining up a shot. I think he's going to line up a shot on the Scorpion and see if he can hit him. Rounds out. Oh, the Scorpion didn't go forward enough. If only he'd aimed directly at the Scorpion on this occasion, I think that would have worked. But he can do that this next shot. Scorpion's moving forward. I think he's going to take up a position just behind that wreck. There he is. Yes, he is. He's using the wreck for cover. It's going to work to his disadvantage. And that T-54 lightweight came in behind, trying to take him out. We've gone for a shot at the Jagdtiger. Splashed him for 115. The Scorpion looks a better target. But here's an ELC M90. Oh, he got wiped out before he could get near us. So that worked out okay. Those ELCs are very, very useful at getting behind enemy lines. I know because I own one. In fact, I own several because I've got them on different accounts. And they're great fun for getting in and destroying Arty. Fires around at the Jagdtiger and 400 hit points. That was a very useful splash. Takes the Jagdtiger out of commission for a little while whilst our Type 5 deals with that E50. But the E100s move around the corner and he just put a big shot into our Type 5 and the E50 finishes him off. Now, can we finish off that E50? I hope so. Lining him up. We're loaded. Now, we've lost sight of the E50 temporarily. There he is. Lining him up. Rounds out. And yes! Kill shot. It did work. Well, we're doing well so far. We're one up on the enemy, but basically they have control of the valley up at the heights. The Striv is actually stopping them from moving any further down the valley because obviously he's going to hold anyone who comes over the rise. The enemy can see where we are, but they can't fire at us. They know where we are. They can see us at the back of the valley, but there's no Arty on the enemy left on the enemy team, so they can't fire at us. That Jagdtiger might be lining us up. Yes, he is. Oh, that was the T-49. 238 hit points of damage. And we did lose one of our crew members. I think it was the driver, so we had to put him back into operation. But we're moving position because we don't want to get hit by the Jagdtiger or the T-49 again. And they won't find it easy to hit us from over here. And from here we can also get shots on that Wizzy 132 at the other end. Because we are approaching the enemy cap now. And I think we can splash that Wizzy 132 from here. Round out. Yes, we do. 184. Ideally, from this position, you can hit both sides. You can hit the valley, and you can hit the defenders to the enemy cap. And that Wizzy 132 is preventing the 50-ton from moving up on their cap. And so we're going to pay him special attention. We're almost loaded. 30.9 seconds on the reload. He is using premium consumables as well to speed up reload. Lining up a shot. There's the T-49. He can't get an angle from this position. He can from there. The T-49 keeps moving up to try and take shots. But we're going to go for the Wizzy 132. Oh, he's killed. He's going to have to get closer to the pass if he's going to get a shot on that T-49. There are only 5 enemy remaining. There are 6 on our team. There's 4 down there now on the enemy team. They just lost their Scorpion G. And we now have control, I think, of the heights. So it's now just taking out their defenders for their cap. And the 4502's just gone down to our E50. So we're going to go for that Jagdtiger, I think. He's behind the wreck. Oh, and he was just wiped out by our T-30 with a big 150mm round. And that round went right into the side of the E50. Gave him a real nasty shock. 341 hit points off that shot. And a massive stun. I wonder if he'll get a chance to put a shot into that T-49 after he did the same to us. Well, T-49's going for it. He's trying to get in there. He's going to try and attack that 50-ton. Unfortunately, the position we're in now, we can't attack anything that's the other side of the mountain. And he's trying to circle strafe the 50-ton. But I think that's going to be a mistake because the 50-ton will be able to lay down a shell on him. And the E100 is trying to get into a good position to help. But again, I don't think that's going to work because our T-30 and Strip are coming up behind him. Even our T-92 is moving up the valley. and we're going to take up a position so we can attack the E100. He's the last enemy on their team. The T49's been taken out by our T50 TP, and I think we can put a round on that E100. Rounds out. Yes! Splashed him for 219 and tracked him. The 50 tons going around the corner. He's got much more health. And the E100 is just wiped out by the T30 with his big 150mm gun. Beautifully shot. And that's the end of the game. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's a first class tanker for UKSkaface in the 212A. He also picked up the counter battery because he took out both of the enemy Arty, the M53, M55 and the GWE100. I'm afraid they just came up against somebody who was much better at counter battery than they were and much more patient. And after he'd been struck twice, I think UKSkaface realised it's time to apply a little bit of pressure in the opposite direction. It worked very nicely indeed. He also got a duelist badge for taking down two enemy that did damage to him, which of course was both of the enemy Arty. And he got the bruiser medal for taking out, getting at least 5 critical hits during the battle. He got 10 in total. So let's have a look at the win 8. Well, that was 4-1-1-3 for that battle. Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, when it came to damage, it was the 50 TP who managed to get the most. He managed to get 5,211 hit points overall. Then came the T30 on his team with 4,044. And then came UKSkaface with 3,260. Highest scorer on the enemy team was the E100. He managed to get 4,191 hit points of damage, followed by their 53 TP of 2,574. When it came to kills, it was the T30 and UKSkaface managed between them to get 3 kills, as well as the E50M, all managed to get 3. But when it came to base XP, it was the 50 ton who managed again to get 1,112, and then UKSkaface afterwards with 1,003 base XP. Wasn't enough to get an ace tanker, but then I think really the fact was that he didn't fire on that many enemies, and I think you'll see that in detail report when we fire it next. Yep, it's 14 shots fired, 5 direct hits, 5 penetration, 8 splash, damage of 3,260 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He received 1 hit, 1 penetration and 2 hits as a result of splash damage. The 1 hit that he received was from the T49 and it did penetrate. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 3 of them, and he did stun assistance damage of 1,108 hit points off 10 stuns. I think the point was really that if he wanted to get the ace tanker, I think he probably would have needed to hit more enemy than he actually did. 7 enemy just wasn't enough. I think if you'd hit 8 or 9, that may have made the difference to get the ace tanker. But 1,108 hit points off 10 stuns is not bad, and it was very close to getting an ace tanker. He earned 47,769 credits on a premium count, and with the personal reserve bonus of 23,885, that brought us up a total of 71,654 credits. And after repair, ammunition resupply and consumables, he took away 29,966 credits. Now this is all helped by the fact that we are all racing to try and get the Carnarvon AX, and that means we're playing our higher tier Arty at the best level we possibly can. And you can see that the base XP for UKSkaface on this battle would have been 1,003 XP, and that's certainly going to help him get towards getting his Carnarvon Action 10. But he actually took away 1,504 XP because this is a premium account, times 2 for the first victory, plus he had 100% personal reserves bonus going, so he took away 4,513 experience points from one battle, and that's certainly going to boost his crew score. So congratulations on your counter battery, UKSkaface. Obviously they met a better person on the day, and it didn't really help their Arty that they intended to announce that they were doing counter battery right from the start, because it only made you want to get even with them, and you certainly did in a very big way. And it was very funny actually seeing them get wiped out because they gave away their positions. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.